This message goes to anyone who was in the DV2022 and never got the opportunity to interview, or anyone who was able to interview but was stuck in administrative processing. And there are some of you whose cases were stuck in situations or circumstances that were beyond your control. Several women from Kenya emailed me about being single parents, and they went for interview, and then they were asked to get consent of the fathers of their children. And for some of these women, these men have never been in the lives of the children. They have been raising their own children on their own with no help. And then to go for interview and for them to be forced to go and look for the other parent who has never been in the life of their child to get consent from this person. It's like being victimized twice. The first time is you having a child and having to raise that child on your own. And then the second is the embassy basing their decision solely on this person. It's like you're powerless. You feel defeated. I can't imagine your pain. I can't imagine your anger, your disappointment. And then for some of you who are not able to provide enough proof, not because you were hiding anything, but because you couldn't get the information. The information that you needed to help prove your case, you couldn't get them. And so because of that, you will refuse your visa. I can feel your pain. I can feel your disappointment. Those of you who didn't know there were grades requirements and who went all the way to the end only to be told that your certificates are not good, your grades are not good enough. But you didn't even know that your grades were going to be a factor. Those of you who spend thousands of dollars for your family of 4, 5, 6 to go to the interview, spending your life savings, taking your little savings that you have, selling your property to go and pay for your visa fee only to be refused, borrowing monies to go for interview, doing your medicals, expensive medicals. Some of you had to travel to other countries, buy plane tickets, apply for visas, going to countries that you have never been in, only for them to refuse your visa. And I remember a young man, he went to about 5 African countries, desperately looking for any of those embassies to accept his case so that he can interview there. And when I talked to this young man, his message was that I'm doing this for my son. And it's just heartbreaking to see that for him to go through all of this and in the end, he still couldn't get interviewed, spend monies going to different countries. He just risked his life on boats, going to Cameroon, going to Nigeria, sleeping outside. It's like you have your own home, but just to get interviewed, this guy was sleeping outside somewhere in Nigeria. There were people who used the little money they had to fly all the way to other countries for interviews, only for them to get this awful news that their visas have been refused. This message is for you. I know you may be disappointed, you may be hurt, you may not even want to talk about U.S. immigration. You may not even want to look at U.S. lotteries again. I understand the feeling. I was there many years ago when I thought that this year I was going to America only for something to happen and that dream to be taken away from me and my family. So my sister, my brother, don't give up. the goal is still the same, to reach America. There might be other alternatives for you to go through, whether you want to come here through school, whether you want to come here through marriage, whether you want to come here through work. There are many options out there. But I hope that when you consider other options, please add DV lottery. It may have scarred you and made you believe that maybe you shouldn't even trust the system. It may have frustrated you to the point where you don't even believe in trusting the American immigration system. I can understand that. But don't give up. We've heard a lot of beautiful stories from people who have been refused DV lottery visas years before and then finally made it to America. I, for one, was refused visa several times before I finally made it here. And the same could happen to you if you keep pushing. The same could happen for you and your children. Many of you are just fighting for this dream for your children. And I can applaud you. Don't give up. Keep pushing. DV 2024 registration is still ongoing. Please try again. And you know, one thing that is working in your favor is that those of you who are able to get to interview, at least now you know why. At least now you know what excluded you, so you can work on that. You can solve that problem. Flip the bad news and look at the good side of it. I know it may be really hard for you to look at like an awful situation, a heartbreaking situation, and try to put a positive spin on it. But if not that, what would you do? There's nothing that you can do to change what has already been done. DV 2022 fate has been sealed. It's over. Let's look forward. What can we do better? What can we change in our next opportunity? So I'm telling you, wipe your tears, my sister. Wipe your tears, my brother. You may have sold your property to even get the visa fee. You may have borrowed money to pursue this dream. You may have taken all of your life savings to pursue this dream. But you know where you got that money? The God that made it possible, whatever being that you believe in, that made it possible for you to be able to make that money. He's going to make sure that you are able to continue fighting for your dreams. He will make it possible for you to be ready for the next time. So DV 2024 is ongoing. The deadline is November 8th. Put in your application again. At least this time around, you know what's up. Put it in again. You've cried enough. You've asked yourself, why, God, why? Why is that somebody in another country with a higher case number than mine was able to get interviewed, but I wasn't? Why is it that I find myself in this country where interviews are not being scheduled, but somebody in another country and their embassy is busy working? Why can't I have that? Why is it that I went to interview and they want me to go and bring my child custody papers from my child's father who has been absent in his life, and I've been raising my son on my own. I've been raising my daughter on my own, and now the embassy wants me to go and find him and get his permission to get a better life for my child? Why is it that in some embassy, somebody was not asked the same thing I was required to provide? I can see your anger, my sister. My brother, I can see your anger too, your frustrations. You've been struggling to get work. You have completed school, trying to raise some money to do something with your life, and then you get this once in a lifetime opportunity, and then it is poof, all gone, and the little money that you had to pursue this dream is also gone. And when you put your hands in your pocket, all you see is emptiness and anger, frustrations, disappointment, heartbreaks. I understand that. But I'm going to ask you to not give up. You will make it here one day. So long as you will be consistent, persevere, you will make it in America one day. I can promise you that. So long as you do not give up, I promise you, you will make it to America one day. You just have to keep pushing. Dreams come true when we don't give up. So don't give up, my sister. Wipe your tears, dust yourself up, and keep pushing. Resolve whatever issues need to be resolved, but don't give up. Keep your eyes on the prize. If America is the prize, keep looking at it. Keep walking towards it. Don't let your anger, don't let the disappointment deviate your path. Don't let your heartbreak turn you around into the opposite direction. Hope to see you here one day. Hope to see you here in America one day. No matter what happened, we're not going to give up. No matter the struggles, no matter the frustrations, no matter the heartbreaks, we will not give up until we arrive in America. Keep telling that to yourself. Say that to yourself. I will not give up. I will be in America one day. Whether it will happen soon or someday, I am going to get to America. That is what I want you to say to yourself. And I hope you hear me. Take some time off if you need to from social media, but put in your application. Put in your registration for the DV2024. If you need to step away from social media, do so. If you need to step away from all the WhatsApp groups, the Telegram groups, all the DV lottery stuff, if you need to turn them off, please do so. But put in your application and prepare yourself for your wonderful day. Prepare yourself for the victory. And I hope that when that day comes, you'll be here to share it with us. You'll be here to share your story with us. Your story of overcoming the disappointment, overcoming the refusal. All right? So my brothers and sisters, if you want to share your story with us, if you want to talk about it, because one way of getting through disappointment and heartbreaks is talking about it. If you want to talk about it, you can reach out to us at wolfwaytv@gmail.com. But if you don't want to talk about it, that is okay. But don't forget to put in your registration for the DV2024, November 8th. Next week, Tuesday, is the last day. All right? Thank you, guys. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.